Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we have a 3 of Swords to start. Okay, nobody freak out. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. All right, I promise. We're going to put this into some context, okay? Because the 3 of Swords, well, it can be a learning experience. It's not going to be as bad as we think. All right. I think that's probably the message of the message of the 3 of Swords is basically says it's not going to be as bad as you think. So let's see. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith. Whoa, there's something. We're going to use the Smith Waite Tarot for our mystery card, and we're just going to select it at random. And this is the card that we'll let our alien hang out with, and hopefully it'll tie the reading together at the end, you know, and give us the confirmation that we need. Now, one thing that popped out of the deck is this Ace of Pentacles. That's pretty good news. We're going to put that just over here for now. We'll get to it. Looking around here, we have some fire. We have some water. We've got, you know, decent amount of air, right? And then we've got a little bit of earth. We've got a couple of majors. So it's pretty balanced. There's not a lot that really sticks out of anything, except maybe the air, but you know, we got a 3 of Swords, so it makes sense that there's going to be some questions and some challenges, kind of accepting something, accepting this situation. We're going through a learning experience right now, okay? And we all need these periodically. We all need these. The 3 here is a situation that you might be going through that, yes, we've got the Hierophant. Yes, it's a learning experience, fine. It still is creating this feeling of sadness, of heartbreak, of sorrow, of pain. Yeah. And that's never good. We never like that. And I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry to have to, we have to talk about this. I promise you it's going to be okay. I don't know quite what's going on, but I wonder if it has something to do with a dissolution of a marriage, of a relationship, of maybe an employment thing. There's some kind of a bond that's been dissolved, right? Some kind of a link that's not there any longer. Now, looking at the recent past, we see the 6 of Wands. So I feel like you maybe felt as if you overcame your obstacles. You may have thought like that there was some difficulties before, but now you've conquered them. Now we've triumphed over these challenges, right? With the 6 here, we thought everything was okay now. We thought we won, right? We thought we got over the challenges. Right. I don't know that that's the case, right? It could be that we thought we had gotten here. We thought that we conquered these challenges, right? That we pushed through and things were fixed, things were better. We've overcome. So when we get this 3, when we get the 3 of Swords, it's kind of a shock, kind of a surprise. Yeah. To me, it's starting to feel like maybe it is kind of a business thing, right? For some of you, this might be something at work or career, colleague, something, For others, this might be a more of a personal relationship. But there are a lot of cards of the kind of earthy variety, businessy kind of variety. So I kind of think that this might resonate more as a business or employment or career, some kind of a more professional partnership, but it could also be personal or maybe romantic, because it is causing a lot of turmoil. It's creating this kind of, maybe a kind of depression. And I hope that with this Hierophant energy that you reach out to the resources in your area, right? Ask for help, right? If you're in a Three of Swords kind of place, reach out and ask for help, okay? Because I feel, I know things are going to be okay. Right, just the way the other energies here look, things are going to be fine. We have the Eight of Pentacles here, right? The Eight of Pentacles, or the Ace, I should say. The Ace of Pentacles came out of the deck before we even knew what was going on. It said, hey, before you even start, things are going to be okay. There's going to be a new opportunity, a new beginning for you. Before we even knew what the reading was going to be about, Spirit said, don't worry. It's going to be okay. You may have to start again and build something new, but you're going to build it better. It's going to be even better than it was before. Okay? Even better than it was before. And I think that we've got this Ten of Pentacles, which is beneath the surface. Now, this is kind of showing what's going on with you, kind of internally, something that maybe we're not really aware of, or we're kind of not thinking about this. And I think this is the kind of knowledge, the gut feeling, if you really think about it now, you kind of knew that this situation had reached its end. Maybe this was a business partnership that now that you've done everything that you needed to do, and there's no need for it anymore. Right? This is the ending of something, but not in a bad way. It's just like the job's complete now. Everybody gets to go home. So we're left thinking, what's next? So maybe this is a project or something that you've been working on for a long time. Maybe the Six of Wands here is saying that, hey, you've really bonded with the people that you worked with, and now that it's kind of over, there's some sadness here. When you work with a bunch of people for a long time, maybe in very close quarters, maybe it was a remote kind of location, or just a team of people at work. You were all working on the same project. Now that project is done, it's kind of a celebration, but there's some sadness there. And I think you're kind of feeling that sadness more than you are the celebration of it, right? But this may not necessarily be that. The Ten of Pentacles, though, is saying that we kind of knew it had reached its end. Okay. We knew that things were wrapping up with this situation. And what we have on our conscious mind, our aspiration here, is a new beginning. And I kind of wonder if this card, if the Four and the Ace here, if these are if these have been transposed. I wonder if the Ace maybe should be over here, because this is saying that, there is a prospect on the horizon for a new start. So part of you, I think, is very kind of excited. You're like, we're sad that this is ending. But I think the Hierophant is here to say, look, you've got now a new opportunity is in front of you to do something even greater, even bigger, even better. This is your next big idea. This is the new beginning for your soul to really shine, for your spirit to come through and manifest the next thing in your life, the next whatever you're doing. Yeah. So I think Spirit's trying to give you a positive spin on things. To say, yeah, we've got a Ten of Pentacles, something is ending, it's wrapping up. But because of that 10, because of, when you get to the 10, kind of pop out the other side and you got an Ace. So every ending is a new beginning. But it's difficult for us to see it that way. We thought everything was good the way it was. We thought that we had overcome whatever challenges we were facing. Maybe we really bonded with the people that we were with. We thought everything was solid. And this seems kind of unexpected, but was it though, right? The Ten of Pentacles, was it so unexpected? That's kind of the question that we have here. The way forward is here with this Seven of Swords. Okay. This is the way forward. This is, I think, how you're going to deal with this. And in one sense, the Seven of Swords is just sheer willpower, right? Just finding something to commit to, finding something to focus on. See that central sword? It's finding your next path. It's finding your next purpose, right? Finding something to commit to. And that's going to be a way, it's kind of the thing, you just got to keep busy, right? Get back to your routine and that sort of thing. But I think it's more than that. I think we could easily get back to a routine. We see a Four of Cups here, which is kind of an emotional stability, but it's not a very exciting one, and it's in the position of what we don't want. We don't really want just to get back to our routine and just go out and do what you normally do and just kind of shake it off. We want something. What we want fire. We want purpose. We want we want what we had, but this is not on the table anymore, so to speak. So we're kind of looking for the next thing to commit to. We're looking for the next adventure, the next avocation, the next purpose or meaning, right? If this is the ending of a relationship that you felt very strongly about, find something to put that energy into. I'm not saying just jump into another relationship, but find something that you can have kind of an equal love for, right? Ace of Wands up here, maybe that's something creative, right? Maybe this is you really getting involved in something that is going to result in such a strong connection that it kind of trumps everything else that you've experienced. Like, this really could be it, And I think that's what you want. I think you want something that's going to maybe feel kind of permanent, right? Feel like it's going to be long-lasting. Something that doesn't just kind of end abruptly for no reason, even though we know that's not really how it happened. So I think the way forward really is a kind of confidence that you will find it. And maybe you have to sift through a lot of haystacks to find your needle, but you will find it. And I think that ace kind of gives us a little bit of hope for that. And don't forget, we had the Ace of Pentacles too. So why don't we put that right up here with the Ace of Wands? And all the experience that you've been through, whatever this was, in some ways, it was the Hierophant here preparing you for what you're really meant to do. All this here, this might have just been, training, right? This is going to really be what is meant for you. I mean, the two aces, creativity and financial, it's manifesting the fire, right? I always like having fire and earth together, and to have them both as aces, well, that's pretty far out, if you ask me. Let's move to the path of the serpent now. We start with the Six of Swords here. And this is kind of how you are trying to see the situation now. You're really struggling to look at this in a way that makes sense. Yeah. We're trying to see this situation as kind of like as meant to be. Trying to see how all the pieces fit in together. Everyone says, oh, well, everything happens for a reason, and this is meant to be, all these cliches these platitudes or whatever that we hear when we're struggling, But I think we're really trying to see if that's true. I feel like you're looking at this situation and thinking, what was the reason for this? What did I gain from it? What was Spirit trying to teach me? Yeah. So I think it's good that you're starting to look at things that way. We're starting to see how every piece fits into the puzzle. And I think this is a good general kind of energy to have, a good viewpoint to have. Let's try to see the harmony in things. Let's not dwell on the turmoil and the sadness and sorrow of it. Let's overcome this 3 of Swords by turning it into a 6 of Swords, right? The 6s here were kind of about overcoming the difficulties, and we thought we had a good solid thing going. Now we're kind of overcoming the difficulties in the mental sphere, right? And we're starting to see how the pieces fit in. And this is how we're going to be moving forward. And now when we go forward on the path of the Serpent, we're met with this adjustment card. I think this is a couple of things, this adjustment card. First of all, I think this is an indication of the kind of the professional or legal connection between you and the situation. Maybe a marriage, maybe a contract, maybe something more business related, or legal, something like that. But I think this is also part of our struggle here. We're trying to see how everything fits in, but it just doesn't seem fair, right? So we're still in this air energy, and we're still kind of struggling. We're struggling to find a new path. We're struggling to even accept or believe in the idea that we're going to find a better path, that we're going to find what's really meant for us. That this was just somehow a preparation for the great things that are coming. It's what we want to believe, but we're having doubts. Okay. And that's why we need to kind of stay confident in and persist in this 6 of Swords kind of attitude or viewpoint, because it doesn't seem fair, right? Maybe because the card's in the position of your environment here, this Justice or Adjustment card. It could be that you were kind of left with the short end of the stick. You were left kind of holding the bag, and that doesn't seem fair. So it could be that your environment now is you're put in an unfair position, right? Maybe if it was a job thing that kind of dissolved, well, now you're left without an income, right? So you feel like you've been put in an unfair position here. And there's no debating that. There's no getting around that. We just have to hold on to that sword. See, there's even that Ace of Swords here. And that is our resolve. That's our steadfastness. It's our perseverance, our mental fortitude. Because we ultimately can't change these circumstances, but with all the air energy that we see, the only thing we can really control is how we're looking at it and how we're thinking about it and our attitude and our perspective. And then we get over here to the 4 of Cups. This is what we don't want. And this is routine. This is just kind of us accepting our kind of new life and just being okay with it. I'm trying to word this in a better way. I feel like this is just kind of taking the loss and then just okay, well, this is my life now. I'm starting to think of Breaking Bad, Skyler, right? Walter White's wife. They had a big house. They had all this, they had a great life. And then all this stuff happens. And then at the end, she's just, smoking cigarettes in her apartment. And it's this resignation, this complacency to just kind of accept that this is what's going on. Not that there's anything wrong with living in an apartment. That's not what I mean. What you don't want is to settle for anything less than ultimate fulfillment, than complete satisfaction and a sense of significance. But the 4 of Cups doesn't give us that. The 4 of Cups says, this is your life. And this is the little, it's steady and stable. You've got a little boat. The boat's not sinking. You should just be happy with this little boat. Why do you want a better boat? You know? But this boat is just routine. This boat is just kind of sitting here. It's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not sinking, but it's not sailing into the future either. It's just, it's not really in a great place. It's in an okay place. This is kind of the okay card. Right? But it's stable. It's materialized. It's a stable feeling. You're not terribly upset. You're not terribly excited either. You don't want this kind of bland, right? That's why it's in this position. You don't want that. You don't want it. You would rather be kind of back here being upset than to just be so even that you don't feel anything. Yeah. We need this card. We need stability. We have to get our emotions calmed down to a baseline, stable, safe, secure kind of level as a start. But that's not the end of it. That's not the end of the game. The next card is the Princess of Swords. This is someone who is fighting through all of this other air energy. Right? This is someone who is learning how to deal with these things, learning how to see things from this more, more inclusive perspective, right? Trying to see how everything fits into the larger puzzle of your life. Trying to fight through the doubts that might be preventing you from getting to this kind of, the confidence, the mental fortitude that you need to continue in this Six of Swords perspective, learning how to deal with the Three of Swords, just this kind of the feelings. Now it's interesting that the swords here represent this kind of terrible feeling, right? This state of sorrow or heartache, right? You think that would be some cups, right? But it's not. It's more of a mental thing, right? It's just kind of, it's us reliving the moment. It's us thinking about it, dwelling on it. What if, what really happened there? And we keep reliving it. Like we're just playing a tape in our head or a DVD, something, MP4. And it just keeps looping, and that's kind of re-traumatizing us. We just keep experiencing it over and over and over again. But it's a mental thing. It's because we keep dwelling on it. So the princess here is learning how to deal with that, learning how to maybe shut that off for a time, learning how to quiet this mental activity down so we can listen to the Hierophant and see these aces up here. As soon as we started dealing the cards, the Ace of Pentacles flew out. Spirit said, hold on, before you go any further, it's going to be okay. There's going to be a new beginning here. A new beginning for you to really find your life's purpose and manifest it. This, I think, is what we need to focus on, and this is what the Princess of Swords is trying to do. Well, I want to see what Simon says. Simon is the name of our alien, Simon Mork Ripley. And he can just lie down over there. What do we think this is going to be? It could be something like a 9 of cups, or 9 of discs. That'd be pretty on the nose, I think. What would really be magical right now, though, is another ace. Right? Because the aces seem to me like it's just kind of, look, it's all this crap that you're going through. It's going to be worth it. Right? The future is going to be worth it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. Just these two aces that we see right here are enough that tell me, hey, this is going to be great. If this is the energy, if the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is the energy that comes out of all this, then it's worth it. What if this is another ace? Then how worth it would it be? I don't know that it's going to be an ace, but We've got a 4 out of 78 chance, I guess. Well, let's just turn it over and see. The Ace of Cups. How about that? Now we've got the fire and the water and the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe we don't want the Ace of Swords. We kind of already had the Ace of Swords, right? We've been talking about it in these kind of places. But now we've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, both manifesting into this Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings all across the board. And not only is it going to be creative, but financially productive. It's going to be emotionally satisfying. It's going to be happiness, right? It's going to be a new beginning that is going to produce the highest level of happiness that you could imagine, right? This makes me happy. Just getting this card makes me happy. This is the proof that all of this, everything that you're going through is worth it. All right, it really is. And I'm getting a little misty-eyed here just thinking about it, because I know how much it sucks to be here, right? And how difficult it is to get here and to get out of this, right? Whatever the situation is, when you're here, it's no fun. But just keep going. Get your Princess of Swords, get that Ace of Swords, and we're going to get all of this new beginning. So whatever the situation is, even if it's a romantic situation, new beginning, right? If it's a creative thing, new beginning. If it's health or wellness, new beginning. If it's financial, new beginning. Pretty much covers everything here. This might be the best reading ever. I'm very happy that it's for you, Taurus. I think you deserve it. I think everything you're going through is worth it. And I know it's a struggle to see it that way, but we've got to try, okay? We've got to try. We're going to try to do an extended. If you want to stick around, and I think you should, just click up there. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just Taurus, but for every sign. I encourage you to cross-watch. Check your other placements. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Right. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.